Today we're going to talk about hydration. With the heat that's coming, I think today we woke up to about 80 degrees and it's going to be 100 degrees most days, between 80 and 100. So we really need to make sure that we stay hydrated as much as possible. It's really important. I'm going to tell you all the reasons why it's so important for everything that you do. So we're going to learn about how you can make your life even better with something as simple as water. What we're going to talk about today is what is hydration. Does anyone want to guess as to what is hydration? We'll learn about it. We'll learn about it in the presentation, yes? And why we need to stay hydrated, why it's so super important to make sure that we're getting enough water and hydration from our food and liquids. And how much water do we need? I get that question a lot. How much are we actually needing every single day? And we're going to delve a little bit into caffeine and alcohol and some sugar sweetened beverages. What does that mean for your hydration and also for your health? And some tips and tricks to make sure that you're getting enough, because some people have trouble getting as much as is recommended for their size and for their activity. So first of all, you guys know me already, but I know we have people that are watching on the video. So I just want to introduce myself. My name is Brenda Morgan. I am a registered dietitian, nutritionist. I'm a personal trainer and a master certified health coach. And I've been educating people with nutrition, fitness, and sleep for more than 20 years. I've been working with ThriveWell. I had to go look it up. I've been working with ThriveWell since 2016. So it's been a while, yeah, because they kept asking me, how long have you, I'm like, I'm not sure. So I had to go through all my papers and be like, 2016, it's been a while. But I love this group, and I've taught fitness classes, and now I get to teach you nutrition, and now I get to also work with some of the divas and dudes one-on-one on their nutrition. So I love helping and working with this organization. And it's really important to me to help you be able to make good choices in this food environment and in the hectic lives that we live, to be able to make sure that you're taking care of your own health every day. So to get back to that, what is hydration question? Maintaining an adequate level of water in the body. What does that mean? What is adequate? It's hard to know what is adequate for you. What is enough? Does anyone know how much of our body is composed of water? How much? 3/4. So yeah, I've heard 3/4, 55%. When I was looking it up and kind of just averaging it out, it's about 60%. About 60% of your body is made out of water. And the thing with that is that that water is constantly being used. It's being evaporated. So we have to make sure that we keep replenishing it, right? Why do we need to stay hydrated? One of the main reasons, and what I teach my clients and my students, is that as we get older, we start to lose our sense of thirst. So it's really important to get into the habit of, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I drink water. And on a regular basis, I drink water. And I'm going to tell you today some tips and tricks on how to make sure that you're getting that water, and how it just becomes a habit. To make it easy for you is what I'm trying to do always. But why else do we need to stay hydrated? For every single body function, your brain, your heart, your lungs, everything needs water. Everything needs water to function, every single cell in your body. To have healthy skin, healthy looking skin, to flush everything out, to improve your brain performance. That's something that I talk about a lot in our presentations, is as we're getting older, we really want to do everything that we can to keep that brain working. And we'll learn in some of the next slides coming up that brain fog is one of the symptoms of being dehydrated. And honestly, you could just go drink some water and be like, oh, okay, I can think more clearly. For those people that aren't drinking enough water, sometimes it's just like, oh, maybe I'm thirsty. And if you really pay attention, you might actually sense that difference when you drink the water or just getting hydrated in any way. We talk about, and talking about brain performance, we talk about our body being 60% water. Actually, our brain is about 73 to 78% water. So it's even more important for the brain, right? For better digestion, as a nutritionist, we always got to talk about poop, right? For better digestion, you need to make sure that you're hydrated. You need to make sure you keep everything flowing. And also, better digestion also means absorption of the nutrients that you're eating. So when you're eating your fruits and vegetables and your proteins and your fats, those need water in order to be absorbed into your system, right? So there's another reason why, as you can see, the list is pretty long here on all the reasons why you need to stay hydrated. Improved detoxification, just flushing the system out, right? Sometimes we end up eating things that, in the environment, and we also end up eating things that maybe aren't the best for us. So making sure that we're hydrating well will help the body help itself, in the liver, cleaning everything out. And make sure you keep those bowel movements regular so that you have less chance for diverticulitis, for impaction in your colon, things like that. Irritable bowel, making sure that you stay hydrated for those things too. Does anyone have any questions about any of these that we've talked about so far? Not yet. We'll have time. And interrupt me too if I want to make this communicating and collaborative.
About joint pain.
You read something about joint. Oh, on the, yes, right? So making sure on the joint pain one, I didn't cover that. Making sure that you keep enough water in your system, that means that your joints are going to stay lubricated. So that means you're not going to have as much joint pain because you're flushing that system. You're making sure that there's enough. It's called synovial fluid that's in the joints, and that makes it so you have less pain and less irritation, right?
Because I have that.
Yeah, well,
water and do so many things that are still there.
you have that, and so that is one way. I mean, there's a lot of other things you can do, of course, in your nutrition. That's one way, is making sure that you stay well hydrated. And of course, in all of these classes, we talk about nutrition, right? So it's all the other things too. But I think sometimes when we talk about nutrition, we talk about carbohydrates and fat and protein, and we forget how essential that water component is of it, right? So some of the signs of dehydration that I kind of touched on already is that brain fog, like we said. Maybe feeling lightheaded or dizzy, or you might get a little bit irritable also when you're thirsty, right? Not just when you're hungry, when you're thirsty. And speaking of that too, sometimes when you're thirsty, you might think that you're hungry. Isn't that weird? You're like, oh, I feel like I'm so hungry. And so the drink some water is not just a weight loss tip. It is like, hey, make sure that you're well hydrated first, because sometimes your body can't tell the difference between I'm hungry or I'm thirsty. It just knows it needs something. So just make sure that you're staying well hydrated. If you have dark urine, sometimes too, if you're not hydrated well enough, it can affect your blood pressure. It might give you a rapid heart rate. You might get some muscle cramps, right? Just feel tired in general. So making sure that you have a regular routine of hydrating yourself. And I'm going to give you some tips and tricks too on
How many bottles of 16 ounces we need to?
how many bottles of 16 ounces do we need?
Because that is I can just count it like it. Say like
It's a good way for you to know, oh, I've had enough today.
Yes.
Yes, we are exactly going to talk about that. As a matter of fact, did everyone get a worksheet yet? We had a couple people come in. Okay. We're going to talk about this in a minute, and we're going to figure out too, what is the amount of hydration you need every day, right? Because it's according to your weight. Yeah. I mean, it ends up, one of the things you'll find out when we go through all these calculations is that it ends up being relatively close, right? You can say, oh, if I do it by my weight, or if you just do it by general recommendations, it's pretty close, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Oh, okay. So now we're on to that worksheet. So go ahead and pull out your worksheet. I have one in Spanish too, if that's easier for you. You okay? Everybody's okay in English? Okay.
If you have one, I can take it. It doesn't matter.
Sure. Yeah, I did. I'm so proud. I'm so proud that I have it in Spanish. Please take one. Look what I can do. Okay, so we're going to go over that this handout. And the reason, too, I made you a handout for multiple reasons is so that you have an opportunity, if you have a pen or pencil, I didn't bring extras. If you have a pen or pencil, if you want to do these calculations, and some of them you might be able to do in your head, maybe you can share some pens and pencils, to give you a piece of paper where you can do these calculations. So I'm just going to use this. What I wanted to show you here is that there's 3 different ways you can calculate it. We have the dietary reference intake. So this is just like the simple, if you're male, you're going to need about 25 ounces a day, and that's about 16 cups a day. If you're female, you're going to need about 91 ounces a day, and that's about 11 cups a day. That's just easy, right? Way to do it. Or, I have a feeling you might not opt into this one as much. You can calculate 35 milliliters times kilograms of body weight. Like everybody just went like, whoop. No. Yeah, but it's there. It's there if you want to do it. Yes, actually, this is like more of a clinical calculation. This is how we do it in the hospital. Or here's the easy one, and it's on your worksheet. You can divide your weight in pounds by 2, and that's how many ounces you need per day. Dividing by 2, that's pretty easy, right? And some people too don't know that if you divide that number, this is how many ounces. If you divide that by 8, that's how many cups you need, because there's 8 ounces in a cup. So if you divide that number, like say, oh, you know what? Let me go to the next slide. Watch this. Magic. So say that you weigh 150 pounds. This is an example. So that's 75 ounces that you need. You divide that by 8. That is 9.4 cups per day. But you also need to make sure, if you're going to those diva and dude classes, which I know the fitness classes you're going to, that you need to make sure that you're getting about 12 ounces for each of the 30 minutes that you're exercising. So basically you want to add on another 12 ounces or what might be. So the water bottles that you were asking about before, those are about 16 ounces, right? So that's 2 cups. So 16 ounces is 2 cups. So to answer your question about the water bottles, you're gonna want about 4.5. Exactly. So I would just make it 5 just to make sure that you're getting enough. And I like that you're even asking that question, that you're paying attention to that. So you wake up in the morning and you say, okay, I need 5 water bottles today. And that's a good way for you to measure it. Now, a better way, if you're concerned about the environment and the waste, a good way too is maybe you have a gallon pitcher. Why is it escaping me? Like a milk carton. Maybe you have a gallon carton. Fill that up every day. Now, this comes out to if you're doing, the reason I wanted to show all 3 of these is because this is about 11 cups a day, right? This is about 10 cups a day. This is about another 11 cups a day. So no matter how you calculate it, it's about that much anyway. So say you're doing 11 cups a day, you're getting at least 5 of those water bottles, but those 11 cups a day, if you're going to do your gallon pitcher, or if you have whatever big water container, you're going to want, if it's a gallon, about 0.7 of a gallon. So you're going to fill it up about 3/4 and know that you need at least that much a day if you're not exercising too. But then make sure you get some more when you exercise. You have a question?
I always, I drink water, but sometimes I get tired of the flavor. Like
you get tired of water.
I don't want to drink it.
You get sick of drinking just plain water. Okay. And so what tricks have you used in order to
squeeze a little bit of like a lemon or lime?
Squeeze a little bit of lemon and lime. That's perfect. And then you're getting a little vitamin C.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what else? Like a little fruit, but not all the time. Like
a little bit. Yeah.
Frozen like a strawberries.
Frozen strawberries. That's a great idea, right? Because you just put them in the bottle and it just kind of infuses into that. Do you have another idea? Cucumbers and lemon. Watermelon, some people like too. I mean, basically any fruit that you like. There's actually, and I didn't put that up there because I didn't know we were going to go this way. There's actually bottles that you can like put the fruit in the bottom and it's kind of like in a little cage down there. And so it's like keeping it down at the bottom, but then you're drinking. So you're getting kind of like this infusion. But you don't have, I don't think you have to have anything that special. I think you could just put it in your water bottle if you want to.
I used to do a pitcher of water and then there was this fat flush kind of water recipe that it was lemons, limes, mint and cucumber.
Lemons, limes, mint, and cucumber.
And I would just drink like.
So you just fill your pitcher with lemons, limes, mint, and cucumber, and then you're just drinking that all day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's perfect. And that's the thing, you have to find the combination that you like. And two, you might get sick of that watermelon or the lemons, limes after a while, and you're like, today I want to put some orange in it. Actually, that sounds really good. Some orange. I mean, any citrus, any fruit. That's a great idea. Yeah, I get that from many people that they're like, I get sick of just drinking water.
Is it okay to add those type of powder juices? Crystallized.
Is it okay to add like the different kinds of powders, like the flavored drinks and things like that? For hydration purposes, yes, it's going to get you more water, but I would just pay attention to what is in those powdered drinks. If they have sugar in them, or if they have artificial sweeteners, or if they have dyes in artificial color. Sorry, that's what a dye is. Dyes or artificial flavors too. That might not always be the best choice for your health. So you just have to decide how you want to do that. And sometimes if you do use those things, maybe using less of them too. You don't have to like put a whole thing of that powder in. Maybe you just put a little if you just want a little bit of flavor. Yeah, those are good ideas.
Using the essential oils, I don't know if you all said that, but using the essential oils in your water is also.
Using essential oils in your water. I actually didn't know about that.
Yeah. So there are like there's lemon and there's different
flavors. Like you could use lemon.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But you don't put it in a plastic bottle.
Don't put it in plastic. Don't put your essential oils in a plastic water bottle. Yeah. That's a great idea. I never
Peppermint.
thought about it. You could do peppermint, you can do the citrus.
Mhm.
That's a great idea. And some people like some of the in their flavors, like we don't do it as much here, but like in Europe, they like a little bit of a rose flavor or a lavender flavor, like not just to smell but to eat.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm kind of like I'm not a flower person like that. Yeah. But some people like that, right? Especially if you just use a little bit. There's something different. That's good. Yeah, but if you do use the essential oils, just make sure that they are digestible, that you can consume them. So make sure you look at the bottle and say, is this a consumable thing? That's a great idea. Thank you. So tips and tricks to make sure that you're getting enough water. You can set a timer for every hour. You can, like we said before, start your day, fill your pitcher or your gallon container or whatever with how much you need, and know that you need to have that by the end of the day. And I know too, I'm just going to touch on this because I know some people like you need to stop drinking by like 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. If not, you're going to be up all night. So try to front load that water. If you can get like a good 16 ounces, some people will do 16 ounces as soon as they wake up. And that's actually a really good idea too, to just flush everything out. Imagine first of all, you're very dehydrated once you wake up. But for 8 hours, you haven't been drinking, you haven't been eating, and everything's all stagnant. So, just getting a lot of water to wake up, and it'll probably make you feel much better too. Having water bottles everywhere. Have a water bottle in your car, at your desk, in your kitchen, in your bathroom. Water bottles everywhere. So that just reminds you. There's also water bottles that will buzz. My sister has one that lights up and it buzzes. It's kind of expensive. I don't know. But if you like it, if it works for you, and it's fun, it's a nice conversation piece too. They also have water bottles that have like little marks on it too, that like have encouraging things like "you got this," and it's pretty. It's pretty also. I actually really like, and this is what I recommend to my clients, is the apps. There are certain apps that hydration reminders, so on your phone. And actually, there might be some apps that you already have that also have hydration reminders, but if you want the one that's just specifically for that, there's one that's called Water, and they're cute. They're fun. So one of the ones that I liked is called Plant Nanny, Nanny. Every time you drink, you're watering your plant, and your plant grows, and it's just something fun, right? And the Water Llama, there's also a Water Llama app, and that one also is a fun, like you get things for doing your drinking. So if you want to gamify it a little bit.
Your smartwatch.
Your smartwatch, yeah. Your smartwatch.
To walk or to drink your water.
Exactly. If your smartwatch is telling you when to, is there, so when it tells you to walk, are you just drinking water also, or is there a setting that,
Hydration, and then there's a reminder to walk. So if you work at a desk all day, it has a reminder to get up and stretch and walk.
is there,
And you set the hourly or the time that you want a reminder for hydration.
for hydration? Well, thank you. I didn't realize that. I need to write that down. So there's hydration on if you have a smartwatch, or even if it's just on your phone. You don't have to do it on your smartwatch, right? Your phone could remind you to drink. I use that a lot myself. Good ideas. This is why I love too having this community, because I learn stuff too. It's not just me, and you learn stuff from each other. So let's talk about caffeine a bit here. I have heard from many people like, oh, caffeine is dehydrating. You shouldn't have caffeine. It dehydrates you. Yeah, it is a diuretic. and it will let the water flow through you. But if you're just doing a cup or two a day, then that's okay. My recommendation with caffeine is if you are going to have coffee, then have a glass of water before and a glass of water after. That should set you up just fine. Yeah, I was looking to see if I had more things I wanted to talk to about caffeine. Does anybody have any questions about what we've talked about so far, and about about how much water you personally need now that you've done the calculations? Not yet?
Just want to keep the 5 bottles, right?
Just want to keep those 5 bottles.
It's gonna be
Yeah. Yeah. If that
I'm
works
gonna
for you.
finish the 5 bottles.
Yeah. But just being aware of it, knowing that you need those 5, maybe it doesn't happen tomorrow, but say you've been doing 3 a day, say, okay, well, I'm going to shoot for 4 tomorrow. And maybe you get to 3.5, and then you shoot for 4 the next day. And you know what? It becomes, and yes, you are going to go to the bathroom a little more often than you're used to. That's good. You're flushing out your system. You're getting everything cleaned out. That's what the water is for. All right.
Sorry,
No, go
I have a
ahead.
quick question. I once was told that whenever you travel,
When you travel,
you have to have like a glass of water for every hour that you're on the plane.
so she says, when you travel, you have to have a glass of water for every hour that you're on the plane. Yes. Traveling in general is very dehydrating. So this is perfect. I just got off of a week-long trip with my son. We went to the Northeast to look at universities. And so we flew one day to get up there. And then the next day we were like going all over the place. So it was like planes, trains, and I was calling it the Amazing Race. Because I know, I was like, this is like the Amazing Race. We're running to the next, and we have our luggage with us, and we don't have to check anything, and we're like so cool and high-fiving each other because we're so fast. I'm like, we should apply. That's your favorite show? I'm like, we should apply. We're doing a really good job on this. Because we were like doing the train, we did the Amtrak here, and we did this and that. And one of the things, but he also is not the best. I'm calling him out. Maybe he'll probably never watch this video. He's not the best at hydrating. Like, I'm always having to you need to drink. So like by the end of the day, sometimes he'll be like, I have a headache. Drink the water. Just drink the water. So yes, that is a very good tip. At least a cup of water for every hour that you're flying. The planes are really dehydrating. One of the things, though, that I learned for myself is even when we were on the train, on the Amtrak, what's happening is like they're blowing air all the time, and the air conditioner is running really hard. I found myself getting just as dehydrated from the train as I did from the airplane. So I would even put that out as a tip too. So yes, when you travel, hydrate more. Plus you're running around and you're doing all these things, and you might be in climates that you're not used to. Like we here in San Antonio, it's very humid here. But even like when we were up in the Northeast, and I thought that I was surprised at how dry it was, even though it was like 70, 80 degrees, it still felt pretty dry. So that's a really good. So we are going to talk about alcohol. I know this is a sensitive subject for some people, but I've really gotten more and more passionate about saying, you know what, it's really, in January of 2025, the Surgeon General finally came out and said that we need to put cancer warnings on the alcohol labels. It is a carcinogen. It's not doing you any favors. And it has been specifically linked to breast cancer, to colorectal cancer, to liver cancer. I mean, these 7 specifically, it's been linked to, but that's not even talking about the effects that it has on all the other organs of your body. So I can do a whole other presentation just on alcohol. And I know that's hard for some people. It's very sad. I know if someone said, chocolate causes cancer, I'd be like, well, I'm going to take that chance. You know, maybe not, right? But when it comes to alcohol, just be aware that that's a choice that you're making. Yes, you want to have quality of life, but just be aware that there's a lot of research that's coming out that's saying, I've actually got like 2 pages here that we don't really have enough time to go through, but I've got about 2 pages here of just all the reasons why you really want to pay attention to avoiding alcohol as much as you possibly can. So let's talk about sodas and juices. So Miss Bethany is going to be with you next week. So we have a class that we've just started, a nutrition class that's in New Braunfels. So for those people that are watching on the video, but for any of you here too, if New Braunfels class is ever better for you, on Saturdays at 11:30, we have a New Braunfels nutrition class also. And that's a really nice community to join if you just want something different, if you want to change of pace. But Bethany teaches that class, and she's actually going to teach this class next Saturday. And she's going to talk more about sodas and juices and how that figures into your health and your hydration. And so you'll get to spend some time more on that. But I just wanted to touch on it a little bit to let you know that, yes, with sodas and juices, you are getting some hydration, but you're also getting a lot of sugar. And you've heard me say this many, many times, that when you are drinking sodas and juices, you're spiking your blood sugar. And when your blood sugar spikes, that means it goes down more than it would if you ate this wonderful melon that we're about to play with. If you had the whole fruit, then there is fiber in here, and there's other nutrients in here that will make your blood sugar go up a little bit, right? You eat some fruit, your blood sugar is going to go up a little bit, but it's going to digest it more slowly. It's not going to spike it like that so that it comes back down. So it'll digest it more slowly. So then when it comes back to baseline, then, you know, that's okay. So I would always encourage anyone to get the vitamins and minerals and fiber that you need. Focus on that whole fruit, right? All right, so I'm just going to go back to this tips and tricks we already talked about, but I just wanted to get back to what are the some tricks that you can use to get more water. And so what are some key takeaways that you are going to take from this class? What are you going to do differently today? Because it's early in the morning. What are you going to do differently today to make sure that you're getting enough hydration?
Alarm.
You're going to do an alarm? Set an alarm? Every hour? All right. Anyone else? Do you have a plan? Or are there any of you who are like, you know what? I'm good on my hydration. I already do all this stuff. Some of you?
No.
No. Some yes, some no.
I do carry my water bottle with me faithfully. This morning was a little bit tricky, and I left it behind. But I like the idea of keeping one in the car.
Yes.
The insulated water bottles stay cold all day, so that's something that I'll remember to do.
The insulated water bottles stay cold all day, so having it in the car is something that would work for you. And that's the thing I forget sometimes. Like, I'm okay with drinking tepid water. I forget that some people want their water cold. But there's all kinds of containers nowadays that'll keep it cold all day and sometimes into the next morning. So if you like your water cold, then that's a great tip.
Is there a difference between hot and cold as far as, so I drink most of my liquids temperature, you know.
Is there a difference between hot and cold water? And because you drink most of yours at like room temperature.
Yeah, room temperature.
Yeah. I actually prefer my water hot. That's just a personal thing because I'm cold all the time. Or I just drink it regular. There's no difference. I mean, the only difference would be if it's very hot outside and you need cold water. Yes, it'll help to cool you, but there's no difference in the absorption of the water if it's hot or if it's cold. All right, so everybody have a plan of action? How you're going to go out there and drink your water. All right, so today we're going to do a melon sampling. I have treats for you. My children are 21 and 17 now, but as they were growing up, always we would go to the grocery store and I'd be like, we'll have something new. I always want to try something new. But since they're older now, I get to do it with you. Yay. So first what I'm going to do is let's talk about this first. I wanted to talk to you about proper handling of melons and just fruit in general. We're going to do some food safety later in some of our classes. But one of the things that's really important is you would kind of think, oh, this is a really thick skin, so maybe I don't need to wash it. So make sure that you wash it before you cut it, because if you cut into it, then you're contaminating the inside of it by going through the middle. So make sure. And then a lot of people will ask me just in the grocery store, do you know how to pick a melon? Like randomly. So picking a melon, depending on what you're going for. Yes, you don't want it to be too green. My grandmother taught me to smell the ends of it, to see like if you get a little bit of a smell of a melon, I don't know, the way that they're produced nowadays, I don't smell them as much anymore unless you go to a farmer's market or something like that.
Touch it?
If you touch it, yeah, you might get a little...
Like where you said to smell?
Uh-huh.
To touch it.
To touch it.
To see if it's a little
To see it's a little bit soft. Okay, yeah. So if you're not getting a smell, maybe press it a little bit with your thumb. That's a good tip. So once you get it home, you're going to wash it. And then...
Now, how do you wash it? With just water, or do you use Dawn?
Thank you. Do you wash it with just water? Are you using soap
like
on
a
it?
Scrub, like a scrub brush, but with
Like a scrub
soap,
brush.
with soap or just water?
You could use soap if you wanted to. I'm not sure if it's really necessary. I mean, maybe if you see there's visible dirt on it and you want it, but just, maybe rubbing it and getting using just water. There are like vegetable sprays out there too that I think they're like,
Fruit brush.
there's like a fruit brush.
Like vinegar, and then you brush it like a little fruit brush.
Uh-huh.
Like a little-
Maybe a little bit of vinegar and... Yeah, if you're concerned with that, especially like if you're immunocompromised and you really have to make sure that you're getting rid of all those germs, then those are some good ideas also. So before I start cutting into this, I want to I already cut up some melon because I was having fun yesterday at the grocery store picking out different kinds of melons. We're going to do a melon lineup here, and I'm going to pass them around for you, but I also wanted to make it easy since we only have so much time.
Here, I'll take this.
Okay, we have watermelon. And one of the things I wanted to show too is there's different ways that you can prepare your melon, right? So this one I cubed. So this is just standard watermelon. And then I've got spoons, and I also have tongs if you need those. So you can cube them. Some people might take a melon with a melon baller, if you like melon balls and you want to be fancy. Those are options. So this first one I'm going to give to you. So what I did is I just cut it. It does still have the skin on it, but some people like to hold it, like you could eat it like that. So you have the skin right there and you can eat it. This is a honeydew melon. So we're having a little melon lineup here. And then, now if you go to the grocery store right now, if you go to H-E-B, we have different kinds of melons. So you'll see like a golden honeydew, which is what I have here for you. So you'll see the difference. There's a regular honeydew that has like a white-green rind on it. And then there's a golden honeydew that has a yellow rind on it. and that maybe you can taste the difference and see what it is. Yeah. And I will if you think you don't like honeydew, if you think you don't like honeydew melon, this is, I was trying not to eat it last night when I was cutting it up for you. I was like, oh my gosh, so good. I was like giving it to my family members. It was really good.
Can I ask about jackfruit?
Jackfruit?
Yes. I don't know that I've ever had it.
Jackfruit is a whole other, it's good. It's fibrous. So jackfruit is really, really big. It's
So
like,
I thought it was smaller. Okay.
it is, I wish I could just like pull it up right now and
That's okay.
show you. So it's rather large. You can buy a whole jackfruit, but you would be eating it for a very long time.
Okay.
It's very spiky on the outside. And what they do with it, and this is just genius. So if you're going to buy it, sometimes they'll sell it to you in slices instead of having to buy the whole thing. But on the inside, the fruit is fibrous in a way that's almost like meat. It's almost like turkey or chicken or something like that if you flavor it in that way. Yeah,
It's
it's,
not sweet.
well, I mean, if you eat it,
Oh,
it might be on the sweet side, but if you put those certain spices on it that would make it more savory, it works.
Vegan food. A lot of people eat jackfruit.
It's like a vegan food. Yeah, people will use it as a substitute. They make it act like meat, and then like you put it in a taco, or you can put it on a bread or something like that.
It's like this big.
Oh.
It's very big.
179. Oh, this is food. It's crazy.
Yeah. Maybe you can just get a piece of it to try, and we could do a whole demo of jackfruit. And this is a golden cantaloupe. So they have like a lot of like the regular cantaloupes, but then they have the golden honeydews and the golden cantaloupes. But in the spirit of my children are older now,
I'm trying something new.
we're going to try something new. But here's the cool part. If I've tried this before, I cannot remember. So I was like, I'm not even going to open it. We're going to open it together and we're going to try it together.
And what is that?
This is a pepino melon. I don't know. Let's do it. Would you like to go on this journey with me? So I'm going to cut it open right now. We're going to see. Okay, it was really soft when I cut into it. And it doesn't have seed. It has like little, sorry, I can't really turn it to the side.
Okay.
It's just kind of, it has a little bit of some seeds in it, but not too much. I'm just going to scoop out the part that looks like it might be a little bit seedy. And we're going to try this together. Because we're a family. All right, it looks like I've got a little bit of bruising on this one, so I'm just going to cut that off so you guys, it's really, really juicy. Like I'm not holding it up as much as I'd like to, just because there's juice falling everywhere.
It looks like the body of a nectarine.
It looks like the body of a nectarine. Yeah. And it's got these really pretty marks, the little purple marks on the outside. So I'm going to cut off a little piece here, and then if I can have, how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I have 6? Here we go. All right, I'm going to cut you off a piece of the pepino. And before I taste it, that'll be the fun part of it, is you can tell me, you can describe it. It's very, I think when you said the thing about it being like a nectarine on the inside, it's really soft. So I didn't cut off the rind, so you might have to eat around it. And actually, you know what? I might give you a spoon also. If the fork Like, so you can kind of scoop it out a little bit. Say it again.
We have forks.
Okay, I was just thinking since I gave it to you in the rind that you might, I mean, you might be able to eat this rind. We're discovering together. Pepino
Which in Spanish is cucumber.
is cucumber.
And
So
it smells
maybe,
like cucumber.
does it taste like
It
cucumber?
smells like it.
It smells like cucumber. Does anybody else want a spoon? Are you okay with your,
Okay.
would you like to try it? Would you like to try it?
Yes.
Just say yes. We're here.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, you don't have a pepino yet.
Yes. Oh, no. You can keep it.
No, it's okay. I have more. Here we go. Yeah, it does smell like cucumber, doesn't it?
Oh, it's very good.
Has anyone tried the difference between the golden honeydew and the regular honeydew? You know what? I'm gonna try it too. Of the of this one?
It's not
I
too
would
sweet.
cut before I'm particular with food.
Aha, I understand. All right, I'm gonna try it too because they say I've been working on some social media stuff, and they say you should take a bite on camera, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that. It's very neutral. It's very neutral. Yes, it does taste like cucumber, or it smells like cucumber, and then the flavor is like really neutral. So it's not like, even though it's very soft. Of course. I need another tray for you. There you go. Well, that's fun. How's the watermelon?
Super sweet.
Yeah, it's that time of year, right? And that's the thing too, like when you're picking out melons or you're picking out fruit in general, go for what's in season. It's going to be cheaper, but it's going to taste better too. I mean, yes, we have access to so many wonderful things that are not in season. Anyone taste the difference between the golden honeydew and the regular honeydew?
The golden smells sweeter.
The golden smells sweeter? Okay, excuse me, I'm gonna get off camera here for a minute because I want to try the difference between the golden and the regular too. I was trying not to eat it all last night. Ah, there we go. Look at that. Thank you. All right, so here's the golden I'm gonna taste.
There's a subtle difference.
Golden is the green one.
No, the golden is the yellow.
Oh,
The golden has the yellow rind.
I'm sorry. It's too early.
So to me, and it might too be how ripe one was over the other, but to me the green, like the regular standard one, is fantastic. Like it has more of a melon flavor, and I think it's sweeter. The golden one is good also, but I think the standard one is fantastic.
Okay, the green one is just melon.
It's honeydew.
Honey.
It's called honeydew. Yeah, so the one that's just white rind, it's honeydew.
Okay.
Oh, that's really good.
Oh, it's good.
Okay, so we have a couple of minutes. You guys want to try the golden cantaloupe? Something different? So one of the tips I was going to tell you guys is, so it doesn't matter. It depends on how you want to do it. It doesn't matter if you cut your melon this way and then scoop it out, or if you cut it this way and then scoop it out. It doesn't really matter. It's what you like. If you cut it this way, so I'm cutting it long way. And it also helps to sharpen your knives. Also, just, when you're trying to do so, because some people won't buy melons, or they'll buy them already pre-cut because they're like, oh, it's too hard to get through. But it's amazing when you sharpen your knives how easily It goes through. All right, so this is the golden cantaloupe. It looks like a normal cantaloupe on the inside. And this one's very, very juicy. So you can do this in different ways. You can cut it and make cubes if you want to. Some people, and you'll see this like on buffets and stuff like that, they'll cut it like that. And then you have like a whole piece, like you could like kind of eat like a watermelon maybe. And some people, now be careful if you do it this way. I'm just doing it so that the camera can see also. But if you want to do that and then cut like the green part off with the knife like that, or you can just eat it like that. I'm just going to put this down on the cutting board, so I am showing knife safety skills. Does anyone want to try the cantaloupe?
Yes. Oh, sure.
She's waiting. She's like, I thought you would never ask.
How many fruits you can eat? You have a limit, or it's okay? It's open.
How many fruits can you eat is the question. You know what? Honestly, there are some people that are like, well, first of all, it depends on, right. It depends on your blood sugar status, right? I'm going to first answer the question with if you don't have any diabetes or blood sugar that you're concerned about on a daily basis, then I would say eat the fruit. It's got the fiber in it. It's got the nutrients in it. If you're eating fruit instead of eating donuts, eat the fruit. Because actually that's been my trick, and that's one of the presentations I want to bring to you is so I'm not like doing that sweet snacking stuff at the end of the day. I'm doing a bowl of berries or a bowl of fruit, and then putting like yogurt, plain Greek yogurt on it, and then maybe I put a little granola on it. That's been my dessert, and I've made that a habit. It takes a while, or it took me a while to get to that habit, but if that keeps you from the chips or the cereal, yes, right. So if you're going to have a piece of fruit, if you're having melon instead of the cereal or bread or whatever, then have whole foods is always the answer. Whole real foods is always going to be your answer. I'm going to grab the tongs here really quickly. In case somebody wants, I think some of you wanted some cantaloupe.
Sure enough.
Yep. Excellent. I'm gonna make a couple of slices here really quickly. So does anyone else have any questions about the presentation or about what you're gonna do today to make sure you're getting enough hydration? Are there any other subjects that you'd like to learn about? Bethany and I have mapped out a really nice schedule for you for the next few weeks. For the next few months, actually. But I know a lot of people have been asking for meals for one. So I've actually been working on that, and I've been gathering a lot of information on trying to come up with ideas for you.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, because I know limited freezer space. You don't want to keep eating the same thing. Because I know in past months I've brought you some really nice batch cooking, but then you get sick of that soup after 3 or 4 meals. All right. All right, cantaloupe for everybody?
Yes.
Thank you so much for being such a great audience. I love working with you. And if you want my card, here, I'm going to pass this down. If you want my card, if you ever want to call me, I'm here for you.